Welcome to Control Your Emotion, a compelling trip that reveals the secrets of mastering emotions. To live a life that is more purposeful, practice mindfulness, comprehend triggers, and develop self-awareness. Acquire the ability to communicate in a composed manner, deal with difficulties using coping mechanisms, and delay gratification to prevent rash decisions. As you embark on your transforming journey, set clear limits, communicate effectively, and seek assistance from others. Finally, learn how regular exercise can significantly improve emotional well-being and the transforming effects of positive self-talk. Join us in creating a harmonious life by learning to control your emotions by subscribing, liking, and joining us. 1. Acknowledge your emotions. Recognize and accept your feelings as they come up. The first step to developing good emotional regulation is developing self-awareness. You can more effectively handle and control your emotions if you can recognize what you're feeling. To identify your emotions, you must have a keen awareness of your inner moods. It explores the subtleties of your emotional spectrum and moves beyond classification like happy or sad. You get a broader view of your emotional terrain when you can identify individual emotions like annoyance, enthusiasm, or anxiety. Since it serves as the basis for specialized interventions, this increased self-awareness is essential for emotional control. For example, realizing that you have anxiety prior to a public speaking engagement enables you to apply relaxation techniques like deep breathing or positive imagery, which lessens the severity of your emotions. 2. Recognize triggers. Examine the circumstances or inputs that cause strong emotional reactions. Understanding your triggers enables you to plan ahead for these situations and respond with greater poise. The things that set people off on heightened emotional states are known as triggers. They may have their origins in anxieties, unsolved problems, or unpleasant recollections. Identifying your triggers entails investigating situations in depth that elicit powerful reactions of emotion on a regular basis. Once recognized, these triggers provide insightful knowledge about emotion control. For instance, by recognizing that getting criticism makes you feel defensive, you can purposefully decide how to react. You can proactively prepare yourself by foreseeing triggering situations and using coping mechanisms or reframing strategies to handle these occasions with more poise. 3. Practice mindfulness. To remain in the present moment, practice mindfulness. By assisting you in separating from intense feelings, mindfulness creates a mental space that allows you to decide how to behave instead of acting on impulse. Being completely present in the moment without rendering judgment is an essential component of the potent practice of mindfulness. When it comes to emotional regulation, mindfulness enables you to notice your feelings without being captured up in them. Methods like body scan exercises, mindful breathing, and meditation help you become more adept at separating yourself from intense feelings. A vital break between stimuli and response is supplied by the mental space that mindfulness creates. Your ability to select deliberate reactions to emotions replaces your impulsive behavior. Regular mindfulness practice builds mental resilience, which is crucial for preserving emotional balance in a variety of environments. 4. Take deep breaths. Deep breathing techniques might help you relax and balance your neurological and origin system. Breathing deeply for a short while can help you think more clearly and avoid impulsive acts while emotions are running high. One easy way to help promote emotional control and nervous system regulation is to adhere to deep breathing. It's an excellent approach. The sympathetic nervous system, which is in charge of the fight or flight reaction, is triggered by intense emotions. The parasympathetic nervous system is activated by deep breathing, which encourages an unwinding reaction. This physiological change aids in reducing the bodily signs of stress and intense emotions, such racing heartbeat and shallow breathing. By adding deep breathing techniques to your practice, you provide yourself a useful tool to offset the physiological effects of strong emotions. This deliberate pause helps to prevent impulsive reactions by fostering clearer thinking and a more calculated response. 5. Express yourself calmly. Develop the ability to assertively and calmly express your feelings. Better understanding is fostered in both personal and professional communications when one can express oneself without being aggressive. Emotional leadership depends on effective communication. It takes assertiveness and clarity to articulate your feelings while you are quietly expressing them. It's important to express emotions in a way that fosters understanding rather than avoiding them. Calm interaction fosters an atmosphere that is suited to candid discussion. This method increases empathy and connection in interpersonal interactions and productive collaboration in working environments. It takes both self-awareness and skillful communication to learn how to express yourself gently. By developing this skill, you lessen the possibility of miscommunications and arguments by fostering a healthy emotional atmosphere. 6. Give yourself time. Refrain from responding hastily to circumstances that are emotionally intense. Preparing beforehand enables a more cautious and measured response, which lowers the possibility of unfortunate actions. Emotions can cause rash actions in the heat of the moment that may later cause regret. In emotionally charged situations, giving oneself time is an important defense against these snap decisions. This pause offers time for self-examination, a chance to evaluate the circumstances impartially and think through possible outcomes. Taking time to let the initial emotional intensity of a conflict, decision-making scenario, or tough conditions subside allows for a more purposeful and measured reaction. By purposefully delaying, you can act in accordance with your convictions and long-term objectives as opposed to just responding to your gut feelings. It's a tactic that helps people become more emotionally intelligent and keeps disagreements from getting worse. 7. Create coping strategies. Decide on constructive methods to handle emotional difficulties and stress. A crucial aspect of your emotional control armory are coping tactics. They are the helpful coping strategies you use to deal with pressure, difficulties, and strong sentiments. These tactics can take many different forms and include things like working out, keeping a journal, taking up a hobby, or reaching out to others for support. Identifying coping strategies that fit your tastes and personality is the key. If you find solace in physical activity, for example, adding regular exercise to your regimen can be an effective way to handle stress. On the other hand, artistic pursuits like music or art can be useful coping mechanisms if you find satisfaction in them. Having a strong toolkit of constructive coping techniques gives you the flexibility and resilience to handle emotional difficulties. It provides that you have a toolkit of helpful strategies to fall back on during periods of emotional upheaval rather than giving in to detrimental coping methods like avoidance or unhealthy behaviors. 8. Seek support. To obtain a variety of viewpoints and emotional support, discuss your feelings with someone you can trust. One of the most important aspects of psychological well-being is asking for help. Opening out to reliable people about your emotions creates bonds and offers insightful insights. Confiding in someone, be it a friend, family member, or coworker, permits you to externalize your feelings and receive understanding and support. This common experience offers a variety of perspectives and confirms your feelings, which frequently results in a deeper understanding of the events. Sharing also establishes a network of support, which strengthens a person's sense of community and lessens feelings of melancholy. It serves as a helpful reminder that you don't have to face emotional obstacles by yourself, strengthening your capacity for good emotion control and management. 9. Establish boundaries. Prioritize self-care by learning to say no and by recognizing your boundaries. Setting up boundaries that are explicit is essential to maintain a state of emotional. One way to take care of yourself is to know when to say no and to recognize your boundaries. Having limits is a show of self-awareness and respect for your own well-being, not of weakness. It involves determining your capabilities and setting priorities for commitments and responsibilities. You may decrease stress and avoid emotional overwhelm by setting boundary for what you can and cannot handle. Setting conscious barriers helps you manage how you feel by making sure that your time and energy are spent in a way that is consistent with your priorities and values. 10. Positive self-talk. Develop an optimistic and resilient inner conversation. Your emotional state is greatly influenced by the discussion you have with yourself. Adopting an optimistic outlook and confronting negative thoughts are both components of positive self-talk maintenance. Thinking positively when confronted with obstacles improves psychological balance and resilience. It's important to reframe challenges as chances for personal development rather than disregarding them. Making deliberate use of positive words helps to establish a mental ambience that promotes emotional health. Positive self-talk strengthens your belief in one's ability to overcome obstacles and effectively control your emotions, which makes it a tool for self-empowerment. 11. Exercise frequently. Get moving to improve emotional health and mood regulation. Regular bodily activity is a powerful method for reducing feelings. The body's natural mood boosters, endorphins, are released when you movement, which helps you feel better. In addition to being an effective stress reliever, exercise also helps to manage the nervous system and lessen the physical effects of strong emotions. Participation in team sports, walking for a brisk walk, or working out at the gym are examples of frequent physical exercise that is associated with enhanced psychological wellness. Integrating exercise in your routine leverages the wonderful effects of movement on your body and mind, which not only leads to a healthier lifestyle, but also delivers a proactive approach to emotional control.